Hey guys, it's Wookie. Aksis is here. Challenge Mode is here. It's time to get it done for people. A couple things. I've had some really good luck this week pulling teams through, pulling guys through for their first time, and I just want to go over it because it seems that there seem to be some problems. So, just some random gameplay from the other night. A couple clears I did with the same team. So we're just going to go over a couple of aspects first. The way that I like to set up my teams is that there is a dedicated captain killer and a dedicated ad killer on each particular side, left, right, and mid. The ad killers ideally run Galahorns or some sort of rocket so that they can clear ads pretty quick. The captain killers ideally should run a sword so that they don't have to worry about getting shot in the face, especially on the left and right side with all the stuff that you have to deal with. The other thing to think about is when you go in to kill your captains, because of the mechanics with all of the supers and the way that they work, you definitely need to and can pop your supers pretty much whenever you want during this encounter, especially if you're running a tether on the sides or Sunsinger. You can just tether your captains in the ads when he comes out, and you don't have to worry about it. He's done, he's gone. You can pick up your cannon and go about your business. The other thing that has come around this week is that now the dynamics have shifted from where responsibility goes to who's responsible for what and where. Um, each side now is responsible for their own side, meaning mid is responsible for mid, front and back, left is responsible for left, and right is responsible for right. If you are on the left and right sides, those giant columns that you use to protect yourself from the Siva clouds that Aksis throws at you are now your home base. You will stand directly behind them, a smidge to the side, just so you can see him. The reason is because if he teleports to your side and you're by the column, you're going to have plenty of time to run to him and slam him on the back. Conversely, if you're either on the side or he's getting ready to teleport for the first time and he does not come to you, you are directly next to the plate. Each person who is on a side, on plate duty, on empowerment duty, the mechanics are changed now. What I tell my people is that if he does not come to your side, the other two plate people need to automatically run to their plates and stand on them and press and hold X. The reason why is because the animation for the actual plates, the plate that needs to be slammed, sometimes comes a little late. That way, people who are already standing on it and holding X, they're ready to go. Boom, it's done. People in mid, this is now the most difficult area to deal with now, I think, because the mid person is directly responsible for the front mid and the back mid positions. The place where people need to be set up is in between those two little boxes that are in mid right before the stairs that go down into the pit. The reason is because you need to be facing forward and paying attention to the rest of the room so that you can either move forward or backward depending on either the teleport for him or whether or not you need to slam the plate. So keep in mind, whatever side Aksis teleports to, that plate directly by him will not light up. So the other two plate people need to be ready to just stand directly on that plate by them if he's not on their side and slam it. Conversely, again, a dead horse that's going to get beat on, only the empowerments need to talk. The more people that talk, even if you think you're being helpful by calling out where you need empowerment, only serves to create confusion. So with all that sort of being said, let's just sort of go over real quick some of the gameplay that we're watching right here. So I'm set up in mid, I usually do, because it helps me read the Siva trails, which can be done, and people are starting to catch on now finally. I'm a Titan, I love my Titans, that's what I usually run. I like to pop a bubble, where you've seen me pop a bubble right before both the captain's phases and then almost any other time that I have a super in mid. Now, right now we're doing some DPS, we're all slamming and you know, doing the old teleport and reshuffle. The things that I like to tell my guys who are empowered is that if they're empowered, they should not do DPS at all until they are set up. And even when they're set up, if they do not have a direct line of sight, do not do DPS. Okay? This is because the teleport phases tend to screw people up. The time lengthens with each teleport. So the first time that he teleports, he only lasts for about 5 to 7 seconds. Okay? And then he teleports for the second time. For the second teleport, he lasts anywhere between 10 and 15 seconds. For the third teleport, he sits for 25 seconds. So it is increasingly important that all of the empowereds reach their predetermined spots for slamming both Aksis and or plates before and during the DPS rounds. Okay, the non-empowered people will have plenty of time to do some DPS, as well as the fact that each time a plate is slammed, you are noticing that we are all throwing our supers to him, whether it's a weapons bubble, whether it's a tether, whether it's a nova bomb, hammers, anything. Okay, and that's super, super important because you have to kill him in 3 rounds. Now, as you've just seen, we actually let him sit the first round because he had so much DPS on him. Alright? But getting people set up, having the dedicated captain killers, the designated ad killers, having people not be afraid to use their tethers is super, super key. So right here, we're getting ready to get empowered. I don't have a bubble, but what I do is I throw 2 or 3 Gallahorns down in the pit. Okay, that way my captain killer has plenty of time. He's a self-res warlock. He can go down there, get the guy if you really need, if self-res if he gets killed. But other than that, he's softened up. He has no ads to worry about. I run down, I grab my cannon, and from here, cannon duty, something else to think about. I personally do not like people that try and snipe it across the room. I think there's a potential for waste of shots to sort of happen. And if you are running either the Doom Marchers or the Raid Boots in particular, you will get that super burst of agility, which is super awesome because, as you can see, not only do I literally walk up to every single servitor, but I'm also back in my predetermined spot for the mid slam well in time for him to go down. The other thing is that the bomb throwers need to be calling out when their bombs are being thrown and what number bomb they are throwing. In other words, right throwing first, right throwing second bomb, right throwing third bomb. The bomb throwers are also responsible for telling the empowereds and the empowereds to get ready and get set up as the shield gets lower. Okay? And from there, it's literally communication. It's staying quiet if you're not empowered. It's communicating if you are. But the big thing is making sure that the empowered people are in position before the teleports happen and that they are reshuffling immediately after. I know that it's a dead horse that people are beating on, but it seems to be a really big issue. The other thing is making sure that people are in the completely different spots for the empowerment. So mid is going to be mid in between the boxes. Sort of, I'm standing on one of the boxes now, and then right and left are behind the columns, which they use to protect themselves. The other thing to now, I know all of this seems kind of normal, but it honestly seems to be an issue. A lot of people believe that they can be in a different spot, that they don't have to set up in those exact spots because they watch the pro streamers or the guys with the MLG skills, and unfortunately it never works out, and you get fire teams that go from super friendly towards one another towards absolutely hating one another. So keep in mind that this strat is for the everyday team, the guys who work, the guys who have jobs, the guys who we're out there, we're the ones making it happen. Definitely, use these 3 spots. Make sure that you don't shoot the Aksis if you're empowered. It is super key important. I'm empowered, for example, here in mid. I'm going to stay directly mid, watching him. And the other thing to keep in mind is you can watch your radar. Okay, if you are on a side like me here, reshuffling to the left, directly by my column, I'm keeping a quick eye on him. Now I'm watching my radar, and he turns into a giant red dot, so I know where to go. Okay? But the key thing is, guys, to keep in mind that this is fun. It should be fun. The more relaxed team stays, the more that they communicate, the better success that you're going to have. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave you with the final round. The one thing I do want to point out and have people keep in mind is that if you do have an issue with things like listening and hearing, please turn off your in-game audio as far as the music goes. It does cause a distraction. On this final round of DPS that's getting ready to come up, you're going to notice that there's tons of time and how much calmer it feels with the music off in-game. So with that, I'm going to leave you. I hope the tips were helpful. And if you like the video, please give it a like. Otherwise, I'll see you out there, Guardians. And please, as always, please remember, take a Wookiee with you.
Yeah, as much damage as we've been wrecking on him. Yeah, skip 2.
Sorry, Hawk. See you up there.
He's gonna skip and go straight to empowerment, guys.
Hard
Get ready.
Hard mid.
I don't have heavy. You have to go down there and get him. Thank you.
Solar on right.
Shock mid.
Void left.
Dylan is worried about setting up. We're not gonna shoot him.
Going mid's halfway to his plate. Hit mid.
Empower needs to start getting set up. Empower gets set up right now.
Void
Empower
mid.
gets set up right now.
Alright, someone's
Empower
got to throw that
gets set
last
up
one.
right now. Empower gets set up right now. Here we go.
Going center, center,
Front,
center.
mid front.
No damage.
Damage. No damage. Yep.
No damage, no damage.
Empowered right.
left.
Mid.
Alright.
Somebody go right now. Somebody
No,
go
I'm on
right.
right. Panic is on right. Panic is on right.
Okay, okay, okay. Here he goes.
He went right, he went right.
No.
Got the slam.
Got him.
Empowered mid. Empowered mid.
We have someone on right? Yeah.
Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him.
Here he goes. Go mid,
Middle?
mid, 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 mid.
Get him. He's done. Okay. There's cannon down here too. Get him, guys. There's a cannon up there. No one's using. Oh, you guys got him? Good. Damn, somebody's wife's laughing at their ass again.
I knew we could do it. I literally knew we could do it because we did it an hour ago.